Oi oi, happy December 1st, 2020, pinch punch first in a month. I'm here today just as I am every day, just trading the UK horse races, just like financial markets. And yeah, let's see what we've got going on today. Thank you as well to some of the commenters I've had on YouTube. The Odd Champ made some suggestions about using the Guardian tool in this software, BetAngel. I'll be trying that out. I haven't had enough time to set up everything that I want on that today, but I'll be definitely looking into that. So much appreciated for your input on that. So yeah, let's kick off again. Stream on Twitch every day around midday UK time, and then upload daily to YouTube. So if you like what you see and you're on YouTube, feel free to follow and like the video. And you can also find me on Twitch. It's just Mr. Exchange Trader. So we've got our first race here, 12 minutes to the off. 107 grand match. That's a decent chunk of money. Odds on favourite here, approaching twos. Second favourite here is it's drifted, it's consolidated, coming in, hitting potential support levels here. Third favourite coming in. Yeah, looks like there's some decent tradability here. So let me just have a quick goosey gander, see what we got, see what might be possible. So that's just broken twos. Don't want to just jump into this too quickly, but there's definitely some opportunities. Just need to get a feel for what's going on. This one looks like it's drifting hard, just past sixes. This one's coming into resistance, but very high odds. A bit late on that. I mean, when I came to this, it was just approaching twos. Now it's broken twos. You can see on the chart here as well. There's a good chance it's heading towards this support that we can see at this level, probably around this 192 kind of price. Second favourite here is also coming in, but burst through fours. Tempted to potentially short that, but not going to run into that just yet. Let me just adjust my screens here. Perfect. So yeah, that's always a good thing, just because, you know, it's his first trade of day, seeing what could be some decent trades, but I don't want to just jump on the back on them just based on seeing stuff move. I want to get a temperature for the market first before making any moves. 10 minutes tee off. Yeah, it's settled down a little bit now. But we've got two, so I'm looking for some kind of divergence really. You've got two front runners here, which I would say definitely have a bias to the short side on both of these, which for me isn't really the best context for a trade. I want one to be doing one thing and the other to be doing the other. So one be going one direction, the other. So just wait a bit. Work hard for that money. Don't want it to be thrown away unnecessarily. And again, just using minimum stakes for now at least. Just trying to improve my trading skills. Had some nice progress. This is episode, what was it, 21? So it's 21 of these videos I've done. There is a link to the playlist if you want to see any of the other ones on YouTube. This does look like it's edging further down now. This one looks like it might be either consolidating or potentially breaking to make new highs. Don't want to read too much into that though, because just wary of it approaching the support here, which it could stall and reverse off of. But certainly maybe a break of 4s might be a bit more convincing to take a long position on this, or a short position on this. But yeah, let's leave that conjecture at the door, shall we? Let's wait for it to happen first before deciding too much. Have a reorder just in case anything's moved. 6 seems to be quite a pivotal point for this one. Has it moved into? Okay, it's finding support off of 6s. Okay. So this is probably this is a good example why not to jump onto anything. So you can see how the market since coming to it has kind of been a bit sideways, been a bit consolidating. Which you can still make money out of just by making markets, but just looking for a bit more clarity, a bit more oomph behind a potential move. Which may or may not come. That is the reality of it. So we got what, 6 minutes to off. Oh, that's a nice amount matched. But as beautiful as this looks, I'm not really seeing anything. Nothing's popping out to me. I'm just gonna, in fact, what I'm gonna do, just gonna jump onto the next one here. And again, thanks to I've forgotten the name already. What was the name? Bear with me. The odd champ on YouTube, using at least at the moment using Guardian now just to switch between the races rather than having to use the menus every time. But I'm going to see how that might use some of the advanced features for the charting, because historical price info is something that interests me on charts, and the static charts can be a bit flaky for that. But I'm going to see how I might use the advanced charts to maybe get some more historical data by using the Guardian. But I still need to read up and do a few videos on, look at a few videos on how that's possible. But so we've got 15 minutes to off. Favorite at 3s, bit choppy. Hit support, come into resistance at its previous highs there. Second favorite drifted, consolidated a lot, you know, finding support here, potentially moved into resistance at these highs here. Just done a reorder there, so this second favorite is now the third. We've got this previous third's favorite, the second. Yeah, the other stuff looking good on this. 44 grand matched, decent amount of money, decent amount of time, tight book. Let's see what we can see then. What price is that? 3.5. So 3.5 here is this previous high, is acting as resistance. Got support on this level here. So as this moves into this, if that is resistance, I'd anticipate it to fall away. If this continues at support, then I'd anticipate it will move higher. But also could be looking for the break. So break of 3.5 is also potentially on the cards. But either way, this seems to be the pivotal level at which to potentially short or go long. So it has broken through. Let's see if that breaks. So it's broken through 3.5. So I'm just looking for indication of whether this might be a bounce or a break. If this starts to move up, then that could be a bounce. If this starts to break lower, then it could be a break. And again, I'm just looking at how the prices kind of interact with each other, rather than, you know, just isolating my view of the market just to one selection. I'm trying to see if there's any correlation between what the price could be doing. 12 minutes to the off now, so there's still some time. Does look like it's been a bounce, doesn't it? Just moved off this 3.5. That could help push this higher. No, actually, just cancel that. Don't like the way that's broken previous support now. So this does look like it's broken lower, now approaching these previous lows at 4. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. So I'm speculating that this will continue to move lower, or at least find support at these lows. I'm just going to steal that tick there until I get a bit more information. So I did get a move there, so I was anticipating this could move low to at least come into this support, which it did, so I was able to get a tick, as I feel this could be priming itself to potentially move a bit higher and attack these highs. So I do have another position in here, so I'm looking to well, open a new position because I'm flat at the moment, so that's got filled. And I'm anticipating it could just find support again at these levels. So it is at support here. I am on the touch, but not filled just yet. I'll leave it for now. I do have the option to get out at a profit if it does maintain to be sticky and not get filled. I've got 142 in the queue. Okay, got filled on it. So yeah, it looks like it's come into support, but not you know, I'm not I'm not waiting around to see if that breaks or not, because it was a bit it's just a bit tentative at this level. I feel that support could hold, but I'm not so sure on it breaking. But yeah, by the by, made profit on that. 8 minutes to the off. Gonna move on. So next one, 12.40. Oh, this is such a nice transition now. Just rather than having to go to menus. So it's, I mean, I had used BetAngel several years ago. So when I first, you know, had a look at this. So obviously there's been a lot more features added since then. So I'm not accustomed to all of them. But there are some great features. Oh God. Oh, these are the charts that I hate, where it's just come in so much and you can't see the historical price movement. I mean, one thing, even with the you know, the advanced charting, it's still not going to give me the info I need. So what I do, I don't think you can see this because of the way I've got my window set up. It's just recording the current screen, but I'm just clicking on the static chart button, and I'm choosing the probability chart. So the probability chart is basically going to be the inverse of the price chart. So what is support on the probability chart is in fact resistance in the price, because they're inversely related. So I can see just by looking at the probability chart that it's coming into resistance at the moment. Just go to this one. And the second favorite there is coming into support, and they look very inversely related. So this one's coming into support, this one's going into resistance, and the problem is I can't read that off of these charts based on price. So I'm just having a mental image of that in my mind, that the twos here was the resistance. I don't know what the support would have been on this. Oh God, that's another thing, can't read the prices. Does make it tricky. Could be dangerous to trade this just based on that. There's beautiful correlation between these, but I don't have the tools that I have at my disposal here. I may need to pass on this one rather than just do something stupid, as much as I hate to do that, and move on. Let's see how far out we're on the other one. Yeah, I've got to do the sensible thing here. So what I've done, I've moved on to the next one after, even though, you know, there's possibilities in that other one. I don't have the information that I need. So here we've got the 25 minutes to the off. These immediately just look inversely related, because okay, if you take this move here, this kind of bowl type shape here, or a cup, kind of comes up and round like that, it's complete opposite of this. So these two appear to be inversely related. We've got an odds-on favourite. Potentially attacking these highs here, and the second favourite just coming into the lows here, this support, which I'm guessing is sevens. So what I could be looking for here is a break of sevens. Could be a clue that this is going to push lower. So seeing some violent moves up there past this 1.5 level, and a push past 7 with a retrace could be a viable entry. What else we got? They're quite high odds as well, because this is the favourite will take up most of the book in terms of probability, so it means that the other ones have to be at lower price or higher odds, I should say. Let's just see if this is more inclined to bounce or break. So again, a bit of a waiting game. 20 minutes to the offer, so that's still really far off, but there's a shit ton of money on this one. Exceedingly tight book as well, only 8.8% vig in it. And yeah, Daniel Bryan's on YouTube as well mentioned some of the characteristics of the made a comment about some of the characteristics of the races, which I need to bear in mind. Obviously some of them are going to be less inclined to have bigger swings than others. Some will be more settled than others. Again, I know nothing about form, so might be something, brushing up on in terms of at least what the different types of races are. Okay, so this here looks like it's broken through that 1.5 it was finding resistance at. So it'll be interesting to see whether that alludes to this breaking sevens. And then obviously if I can get some skin in the game on it. Yeah, or it might be more sensible to try and get on the drift on this. But I'm just cautious that as it approaches these highs, I mean, there's still money in it. There's still scope from where the price is now to potentially find a resistance at these highs. But I doesn't feel right quite yet. There's just not enough money coming through to. Think. So, this does look like it's pulling back. See, if that does come into resistance there, that could mean that we're seeing this bounce, which is already starting to kind of pull away from. So this moving down could mean this support confirmed and it moving higher. What are you going to do? Gonna do nothing for now. That's what I'm gonna do. I am tempted to lay this, but I feel it's just be a bit too speculative at the moment. So I'm sensing that this could just find resistance and pull back, but equally it could just break higher and continue with these higher highs and higher lows. The way I've got to think about it is, can I still get out of this one if it were to go adversely against me? And again, sorry if there's loads of non sequiturs in terms of what I'm saying. It's just my train of thought that I'm trying to have here. The purpose of these videos is just to try and capture my train of thought as I enter and exit trades, so to help my trading. Well, certainly if it helps other people too, wonderful. But yeah, sometimes the train of thought might just be a bit scatty. Just looking off screen here for a sec. This is the reality, waiting for opportunity to present itself. But yeah, bear in mind I was quite early to the game on this one, since I passed on the other one. But yeah, let's just carry on waiting. I mean, the way this is coming to support here, it is. I feel that the chart's lagging here, but it's just it's pulled back. So viably, that could be the way this is just consolidating here. It could be amping up for a lower low, so to kind of push past those previous lows. So that could be a retrace. This as well started to roll over a bit, which again could be a higher low in terms of it moving much higher, or it might just be a reversal and it comes down to attack these lows again. I've just got no kind of indication of which that might be at the moment, so got to wait and see. I'm just very tempted to short this, but there's just no activity yet. There's no volume coming through. So thinking again, as if I was using higher stakes, I'm just doing a minimum stuff at the moment. If I were to put, say, 10, 20 quid on this, although the £2 will probably take a while to get filled anyway, but doing this with bigger stakes, although there's a chance to put in a position there, it's going to take ages to get filled because there's no money coming through. So yeah, I'm just thinking about scalability as well. Are the actions I'm doing now going to translate well to if I had bigger amounts of money? In the case of that, probably not. But 12 minutes to the off, so there's likely going to be a bit more money come through. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. This is at ones as well, so for that reason I'm happy to use a slightly bigger stake because each tick is going to be worth less. But I'm anticipating this could be support here that could then go to a potentially attack these highs. But at least for now, it's kind of consolidating. So I'm just trying to steal a tick. That obviously going to, or likely to change as we get closer to the off and more money comes in. But yeah, okay, being able to steal a tick. Don't want to. Okay. Just putting a tester in here. What I'm looking at is this previous support become now resistance, and as well this deeming this as a lower high in terms of potential move towards these lows here. So there's going to be more money coming in the next few moments. So I'm trying to get a fill on this just to see, as I feel this could could move lower to at least attack this support here. And the money, although it's not piling, there is a bit more movement on here, making it a little bit more readable. And of course this is still finding support, giving some inclination that it could move higher. So near the front of the queue on this one. Nine minutes to the off. Right at the front of the queue, but again, this is what I'm saying, it's not, money isn't getting taken up like in an instant. In an ideal world, you want to be putting in your order and it getting filled instantly. Oh no, hang on, I'm just seeing that break. Got a bit unnerved by the, I saw some money coming in on that, so I'm gonna just hold out for a better fill on that, on this one. So it's a tick higher, so got filled on that, and basically need this to now find resistance at this level and pull back in to my profit target, although that is not looking good, is it? Okay, I'm going to attempt to scratch this. So break even on that. In fact, I'm going to try and get short on this. Just because it started to break support here, this has started to edge higher. Oh, might be a little late to the party. Taking a couple at market there, or one at market. Don't want to be too overzealous. Now, what I'm thinking here is this got legs to continue lower, or is it just going to find support? Big chunks of money here as well that it would need to go through in a profitable position. 7 minutes to the off. So I've laid off some of that position. Still leaving this in. Should the market pull back, I still feel that this could hold up as decent resistance, at least in the short term. So price is not going to move in one straight line. It's going to extend and then pull back. So just trying to position myself based on what I think the market could do. I haven't got the best of Q position on this one, but yeah, we'll see. So 6 minutes to the off. Going to see more money come in, so things are going to get a bit more erratic, most likely in the next few minutes, especially with a very short price favourite. I mean, that's assumption actually. Just because it's a short price favourite doesn't mean things will get more erratic. It could just consolidate for ages. But yeah, certainly in the next 30 seconds or so, there'll at least be more money coming into the market. So I've got filled on part of that position. Do I want to leave this? Why is the green the same? Because I'm working at so low odds. So I've fully exited on that.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
You know, nothing to write home about. And it is moving off as well. So I did, you know, I was maybe a bit too defensive on that one, given the positioning and the price per tick. You can see this is drifting off as well. This is moving in. So a lot of what I was looking for has happened. It's just I'm out of the market now, and I'm definitely a bit too late to the party to, you know, jump on any of those. But I, yeah, live and learn. Greened up on that one. Wasn't a loss. Managed it sensibly, and live to trade another day. Just need to look to milk those positions that I'm right on
this event has been suspended.
a bit better, so you know, let those profits ride a bit more. But yeah, that's what it is. It's all about trying to learn to make money. So next one here, we've got 14 minutes to tee off. Odds on favourite, consolidated a lot, very choppy, finding support around these levels. What's that? 325. Second favourite, come in, steamed in a lot. nearest lows, probably hitting just resistance at previous highs. So definitely shorting this looks like a cursory glance a thing to do, and maybe going long on this as it's come into support. So let me see if I can structure a potential trade. Okay, that looks like it's broken its support. This looks like it's retracing. Oh, these charts are just laggy. I was entering this based on it partially breaking support, and this starting to retrace. But yeah, my charts is what it is. Wasn't doing that exactly. I do have a position which I'm still okay with, because I've got an exit here at around what the price could still move into. It's quite a heavy position though, isn't it? Let's just take out some of that. Go on, have some of that. Let's see if we can get the rest of this filled here. Okay. Yeah, it was alright. But yeah, that's one of the things of just being aware of some of the limitations of what you're working with. Still 12 minutes off, made some green. So I need to just think to myself, okay, can I still see opportunity here to jump on the back of? And also be aware that as the clock ticks down, things get more risky, because there's less time to fix stuff, and also I will jeopardize any profit that I've made. But at the same time, you can't be too, standoffish. You got to speculate to accumulate, as they say. So yeah, it's just finding the balance. This still clearly looks like it could be a steamer. It's come back, pulled back, made a new higher low potentially, that's also in line with this previous resistance. There he is, yamming away about it and not acting on it. How would I position myself on this? Let's see. So that is alright. I'm going to try and build a position based on the premise that this price could potentially break lower, or at the very least find support. And it is breaking lower, but I haven't got any skin in the game. So potentially this moving higher, or even this moving higher. As this moves in, it's just like it might have overtaken as the first favourite now. So this is now the favourite. This is no longer the favourite. Just add in just to see if that's... The reason I'm not jumping on the back of this is just it's a bit late. I won't get a good price for it. I want to get some good value for money on the entry. Sixes. Just looking at this breaking. This hasn't updated yet, but this looks like it's approaching sixes. There you go. Breaker sixes there might be of interest as a potential position. Obviously that would mean, or probably this moves down, because I'm late on this might be second best. But obviously you need to get skin in the game on that as well. That it's breaking higher. That's going to push this down. Probably this up. How long we got? 8 minutes. Feels like it could be consolidating at this level, but yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Just going to reorder. So this second favourite is now, I've moved it over so it's here in this first position. 7 minutes. Just gonna take those out, reassess. So so next one's at 110. This Guardian's pretty cool as well, because you can see the match volume on it. I can see the next race is got piss poor volume matched on it. Only 15,000. Okay, it's just going into fours. What's going to happen at fours? Can you see any signs of reversal? Or are we going to see a break? So signs of reversal could be a potential shorting opportunity, but breaking it, what I would want to do, rather than being aggressively getting in at fours now, maybe wait for it to break and then pull back. But yeah, I'm definitely missing the boat on this. Oh no, hang on. Let's get some skin in the game on this one. Hopefully doesn't come to bite me in the arse. So just trying to build a position. So I'm more inclined to think this could break, at least to make an impulsive move higher, at least a little bit past fours. So taking a position there. So what have I got? Net 6. Got filled on one of those positions. Just trying to reduce risk now, rather than be greedy and take more money or new positions. Just see what I can get within the realms of what I see the
This
market
event
doing.
will start in 5 minutes. 5
Or
minutes.
to levels that it's previously moved to, rather than wanting it to make new highs, new extremes. Just going at resistance levels, which is why I've placed this here just above 4, which has got matched. So that gives me a total green of 20, which is fair enough. Definitely could have made more. Look at this steam coming in, but yes, it's not woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's like what the decision you make whilst that information's in front of you. It's easy to look back in hindsight and say, oh yeah, would have done this, could have done that. Nope, that's not the way to think about it really. It's like, how did you act when the market was in front of you? And this is that very thin market that I was talking about. 14 minutes to the off, 20 grand matched. Another one of these annoying charts that are very difficult to read. Let's just have a look at the probability chart here. That's annoying. That is very annoying. See what we can see on this one. And this is the trouble as well, because when something doesn't meet your ideal conditions, you know, or things that you're looking for, then the temptation is just to trade it anyway, you know, or get some practice in, or you know, can't be asked to wait half an hour or 15 minutes or whatever. To be honest, that's, you know, it's an easy way to lose money. So, you know, I've already passed on one where some of the things weren't there. So I've got to constantly think to myself, am I doing a smart thing by attempting to enter this? Also, the liquidity isn't great, but we are still quite a way off. Yeah, there's some warning flags. Book isn't particularly tight either. 103.6. So there's some vig in that. Just see what the other ones are saying. So 120. So I'm just having a look around to see what the one after that might be saying in terms of opportunity. Reluctantly do the smart thing. Move on to the next one. 120. So this is a lot, at least this is a lot easier to read. Volume isn't great, but still loads of room in terms of time for that to improve. Tighter book, easier to read charts. So we've got the favorite at threes coming in, hitting support at its previous lows. Looks like it could have just pierced through it slightly, so potentially looking to short that. Second favorite here, drifting slightly, coming into resistance, but this is at 4, so this psych level could be quite a pivotal area, whether it bounces and retraces, or actually is slightly less than, no, it is 4s. Yeah, whether it bounces and moves lower or breaks and moves higher, it's quite pivotal. This has been quite flat. This could be quite flat, so possibly to scalp this, make a market, lay them back. Not my preferred approach, but it's still viable. Certainly with so much time before the off, this is going to be less volatile, so that makes that, you know, as long as you get matched, that is a viable approach. But really, the thing that's really sticking out for me is to short this one. To be honest, this probably won't be viable with bigger stakes, you know, much more than maybe 20 quid or something. Because this is just, if I put a £200 stake in here now, that's going to move that market, or it's a good likelihood if I put that straight on the touch like I have there, because it's so out of kilter of what's already on the book. That's going to, you know, potentially spoof it and it move away from me, or you know, push the price down. So yeah, that's just something to be aware about, whether a strategy that you're using at lower stakes will scale. But I'm just anticipating potentially a move lower, at least it finding support. Let's just see if I can steal a tick. That isn't really breaking falls though, is it? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. $18 minutes. 27 grand. Just don't like the stickiness of this, so I'm just scratching it. Yeah, it wasn't doing what I wanted as quick as I wanted to. So I just made a decision there to scratch the trade before the market made the decision for me. Do 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 do. 17 minutes. Patience. Just gonna click back and see what that other race was doing. Not looking to. Oh, hang on. What's going on? Why is that? So I just flicked back to that 110 one just to see how it's progressed. This was the one with the dodgy chart. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's gone up to 50 grand with 6 minutes to the off. It's all right. Could be better. But yeah, my main gripe was that was the chart was a bit iffy. So this has pulled back. I'm not deeming that as a potential reversal just yet. I just feel this, in the context of this, it could be a lower high because it's going into the previous support here and it's finding resistance. But I'm just looking around for signs that this could move lower. There's nothing really screaming out at me. This is flat. This is flat. This is meh. Yeah, so some definitive moves lower here, or even better, breaker falls on this. Both would be, helpful. So this breaking falls would break this resistance, and I'd be inclined to potentially go long on that. Oh, you just have to keep concentration, so you don't do anything silly. Just looking off screen here for a sec. So right, I'm back again. Oh crap, it's broken. There you go, that's why. Got to stay on the ball. It's broken fours. And it's running. No, that's my fault. Can't be angry at that. So it did break fours and it has run higher, but I ain't got no skin in the game. So, and that's my fault for not paying attention. So we could see this start to move lower. Again, no skin in the game. Yes, less chit chat. So I've cancelled these because I've taken a position in this one. Trying to build it. Put an exit trade in here, which is probably around this support here. It's got previous money traded there. But getting in another position will allow me to put in something slightly higher. Oh, just need to be careful because that could be breaking that resistance. But I will hold tight. All 12. It's a bit heavy, isn't it? It is a bit heavy, but hey, let's see. So it's going into resistance. This still looks like it could be on a drift, which still falls into the narrative that I'm looking for, this potentially moving lower, but just need to be wary that that might not be what's happening. Could be, finding support to potentially move higher rather than the resistance that I'm hoping it is. I just feel that 12 is a bit too heavy. What's that? 6, 12. So I've got, okay, so that brings me flat. So should the market allow me, I would like to lighten this position. $11 see off. What am I getting on that? 375. 38. Okay. Yeah, it's breaking new highs, isn't it? Needs to be a bit more cautious on this one, a bit more defensive. So I moved up my take profit because what I was saying with that is that basically to make profit the price would need to make new lows, and the price action now is determining that that's less likely. It's more inclined to move up, so at least taking some more money off further up is just a more conservative approach, or at least having to take profits at support where the price has moved to previously. And of course I've got a bit more wiggle room with the stop loss now as well, or break even. What we got? 10 minutes tee off. See if we can get matched on this. So this is the bottom of support, these kinds of levels. Might be a bit greedy, so just pulled it up slightly just to try and protect profit and come out on top. Now, am I leaving money on the table? Yeah, potentially a whole shit ton. But I'm just trying to finesse this so that, not going too aggressive just yet. but you know, make some green on each run, and minimize those losses as well, because that's the thing that's, you know, messing things up. Is I mean, on the whole, because I've managed things reasonably well, it means that, you know, although there's been big losses that have come in, it's not out of whack. You know, the typical losses may be, you know, 3 to 4 times what my typical profit might be. But hang on, why is that? One sec. I just noticed that was a loss on that one for some reason. But yeah, so it's redone that. But I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, sorry, I forgot what I was talking about. Anywho, next. So plenty of time until the off. 17 minutes. 40 grand matched. 101.7 on the book. Nice. Okay, so favourite twos drifted. Potentially coming into, just cautious of these kinds of highs here as it's approached, but definitely on a drift. Second favourite, slight drifts, come in, found support, potentially going into resistance of its previous highs. Fives, which is fives. So as it goes into here, it goes into fives, our crossover point. Yeah, so let's see how what can structure around this. See what's going on. What's going on, brother? What price level is that? That's 275. It's found support at. Guessing around here. Really? Nah, mate. Yeah, sometimes. So this one, this is fives, isn't it? So for that to fall away, I need to see that persist up. So yeah, potentially to short this, but would need, you know, some movement up on this. The trouble for me, at least, with this is just finding a reference point for the where the support is to potentially be long on this. So this is clearer for me in that should this you know, start to run up, should this start to pull back, hang on, what am I trying to say? Bloody hell, come on. So at the moment, these are both at very similar situations in that they're going both into resistance here and here. So this continuing to break new highs would, oh no, this has broken new highs. All right, just gonna shut up for a sec. So this might start to come in. Okay, just gonna focus for a bit here and stop fucking yammering away. Placing my entry on support, what I'm deeming is support here, around fives. The anticipation that could see some further upward movement. But just need to be careful because these are very correlated at the moment. They're both moving in the same direction, which is not what I want. I want one to be moving one way, the other the other. This could be consideration for a short if it breaks eights. Still a way off, isn't it? Yeah, not as happy now with that. delay again. This has broken that level, I think. Broken this previous high. There you go. 13 minutes. Find support there, fine. It's this positive correlation that's causing my hesitation at the moment. I just feel like they're moving in the same direction. Let me just have a quick reorder just in case anything has dramatically moved. Yep. Okay, they might be starting to diverge slightly. Nope. You see this? This, if you take this move here and then it pulls back, this here and this pull back. The only things that are really clear for me at the moment are these two, in terms of the potential steam, but I can't see an entry on those just yet. Both consolidating. 5-5. So I'm just seeing some erratic movements here, and this approaching support, which it appears to have broken. So I'm speculating that we could see some further potential downward movement, or at least a few ticks before it hits support. Just lower my expectation on that and just go for a few ticks higher. But I'll leave these in just in case they get matched on a pullback. Yeah, it's drifting hard, isn't it? Fuck. Alright. Gonna be slightly more greedy. There we go. I mean, that paid off, but I mean, could have been a lot more. Didn't have as much skin in the game as I'd liked. But looks like overall I was right on the direction of it breaking support and moving lower. And yeah, I mean, it panned out this time. Definitely more to milk out of these. Or maybe it's not just that, maybe it's just having bigger positions when there's something that's easier to read. But yeah, a profit is a profit. At least I made something out of it. And they do add up. But it's just trying to avoid those what might cause those bigger losses and avoiding those. So the next one here, oh my god, 12 grand matched. Oh, mate, that is piss poor. Piss poor, old boy, piss poor. Still got 8 minutes on this. I'm just gonna. This is always the conundrum whether to, jeopardize some green, knowing that that's my, round about my average return on a successful race. To, jeopardize that just for the sake of trying to make more, but then losing it because there's not enough time to maneuver. Yeah, let's just have a look. So I'm going back to this one at 140, 17 minutes to the off, 13 grand matched. Very sideways market, quite sideways as well. Everything's sideways. This one's drifted. But my main concern here is just the lack of money. Might improve. Some pretty poor. Just because I'm using the Guardian now, I can just at a glance look through and see what the volume is on upcoming races, and yeah, I mean obviously some of them are way off, but the next few just look low liquidity. But we'll have to see. Let's just have a look over the P&L for the day. So, see if I can get up ones to be settled as well. So that's 13p on that one, 15 on that one. Okay, so that's 28. So far today, ones that have settled, a profit of 21p, profit of 9p, profit of 22p, and then to be settled there's about another 28p, so that brings it up to 80p overall on a day. So yeah, although it feels that there's not doing as much because there's just a lot that I've passed on, it's the case of just looking at the bottom line. Am I making profits? I made losses yesterday and it felt a lot more active, but then you get a loss and you're trying to make it back through the day. That activity, that movement doesn't always equate to success. So yeah, I think it's important just to keep that in mind as well. Alexa, bedroom on. Get some light in here. So what we got? 15 minutes, 14 grand. Yeah, just gonna wait. Hardly riveting viewing, but if for whatever reason you might be watching this on YouTube after, feel free to give it a like and follow. I do this every day, so Twitch as well, Mr. Exchange Trader as well, you'll find me there. Yeah, a couple of hours each day at least, typically. So if you're new to trading, might be helpful for you. Might not be. Might just learn from my mistakes. Who knows? Learn from my mistakes or my successes. You're welcome, whichever. 14 minutes to the off. But yeah, I've said this in other videos. The reason I just do this long format as well, it is to help me, as I keep saying, but it's just to show sometimes how boring trading can be. There are other styles that might be, more exciting, but ultimately, like the idea, although I'd count this more as a hobby at the moment, there is a potential for it to be a full-time income, but you've got to approach it in that way, and it's not it's not always something to do. So it can be boring, and I think doing this long form as well and uploading to YouTube is really just to help give a reality. So if I do get success to this, it's at least useful to other people to see how long it can take to reach profitability, and just the reality of it not being all glitz and glam. Oh yeah, went to a course on Saturday and I'm going to be a multi-millionaire by Friday. Doesn't work like that, or at least not from my experience. It's a bit of hard graft. Do 12 minutes to the off, 16 grand matched. Don't have high hopes for this to produce any type of tradability, but can't be too negative on that. Just need to be vigilant of what market's saying. I mean, I could be making markets on this, just going on lay on and then back in, or vice versa. But I'm just wary of any potential breakout that might occur, and the lack of liquidity as well. Yeah. Yeah, gotta be careful not to give any of that profit back. $40, 18 grand, 24. Yeah, Tuesday seems to be quite a poor day in terms of liquidity. I don't know, it might pick up, or maybe not just it being a Tuesday, but the courses that are in the selection today. I think this is an Irish one. Ireland typically is low liquidity. But yeah, it's probably just the courses that are going on today. My estimation is that probably towards the beginning of a week, it's just lower quality, and it gets better as you go towards the end. Again, just assumptions. I don't know that. I'm just guessing. Because having said that, yesterday was filled with good races actually. So no, I'm probably talking shit on that. Well, anyway, here we've got the second favourite. Here looks like I mean, there's not much. Yeah, it's only a few grand difference between them, but this one here does look like it's finding support at. Let's have a closer look on the chart on this. It is sevens. Yeah, support at sevens. I'm not really seeing a play in that though, just yet, because I'd want to see this. If these were just both sideways, and this range was kind of bigger, and this was at support and this was at resistance, or this was at support and this was at resistance, that I could read into a bit easier, because I would just lay that at sevens and make a market on it to steal a tick. But because I can't really see too much to play that off of each other, I'm holding fire. Eight minutes to the off. 28 grand matched. Just picking up, or is it just me? I think there is more money coming in. I just use this as a sanity check sometimes, because sometimes if you're just looking at shit for too long, it's like, is that moving? Is there money coming in? Normally you can just see it in the ladder, and you can see, oh right, okay, yeah, volume's coming in. You know, it feels that it's moving more. But, you know, obviously if you've been looking at a very dormant market for a while, then any signs of activity might think, oh yeah, it's coming now, when actually no. So this is having a volume chart can be a good sanity check, just to see if you're really seeing what you think you're seeing. Talking of probability, I think there's a very low probability that I'm going to attempt to trade this. It's coming into that, you know, it's already is kind of outside of my comfort zone. Yeah, I'm not going to stick around and talk myself into that one. Let's have a look at the next one. C'est la vie. So we have got 150. Next one. So we've got 16 minutes to the off. Twos come in on a nice steam. Second favourite come in, come back, consolidated, bit choppy, going into the previous resistance and falling away. Third favourite, very choppy, approaching these resistance, these previous highs now, so it could pull away from that. We'll see what we can see. So obviously shorting this, or I don't know, it might not be obvious. Shorting this would be a cursory glance, the play, the position to potentially take, but not going to jump on that just yet. It's got a nice gentle steam coming in, but let's have a look. Let's have a goosey gander, brother. So what's my reference point on this one? It's so hard to read these. Somewhere between 2.25 and 250. Where's the volume gone? So 2.25. Could be any of these. It's probably 2.4. This has persisted. Looks like it's broken to make new lows there, maybe. I don't want to be the mug who catches this falling knife here. Right. I'm going to put something slightly outside the money, just because there's signs that this could be finding support and move higher. This, and not so much, but this here, it certainly is, you know, its directional bias is down. I'm just going to see if I can get a decent fill, and at least, even if it does start to find, you know, consolidate, then at least there's still a chance to get out at support, or potentially get out support. But I do need it to pull back ever so slightly so I can get a fill. It's quite heavy, isn't it? Let's lighten that while I still can. 4.6. Cancel one of those. What's that? 8, 10. That's 12. Don't want to over leverage myself. Well, it's not leverage technically, but don't want to take a position size too big. Get too big for my boots. I'm right on the direction here, but it's just I've got no skin in the game because I wasn't able to get a decent enough price. It's just too expensive for my liking. Of course, I could just jump in at market there, but the problem is, you know, it could just be the bottom, and I've left myself little room to maneuver should the price pull back. So I'm getting, looks like I'll get a fill here. Okay, so I've got some skin in the game now. Now the hope is it doesn't reverse on me and it starts to at least find support, or potentially move down for a break lower. So just trying to just trying to steal ticks at support here, really, because I didn't have a big enough position to really stay in for the bigger move lower, and it does look like it could be rolling over. No, okay. A meager profit there in terms of the potential, not the amount. Not worried about, you know, it's only 7p, but I'm talking about the potential that there was in that move. I did not capitalize on that to its best. 10 minutes to the off, or 11 minutes off to the off, 7p profit. So what's going on elsewhere here, just to see. I'm going to cancel that for now. This does look so primed just to short at resistance. That does feel like it's reversing a bit. All right. Here's what we'll do. So I'm playing off of this resistance in the anticipation that it's probably going to just oscillate between this resistance and support, and this is showing some signs of bullishness, so it could move up at least in the interim. Just notice this here, break support, but this seems at least past, you know, in previous price action it's been quite sideways, consolidated, so I'm taking a position based on just trying to steal a tick. It has moved off of the price there. So the other option here, it's too sleepy. Too sleepy, son. You got to move. You got to move. This is doing what I was anticipating. It's going into support now at 6s, but yeah, it looks like I've missed that. I'm looking at this now, potentially moving lower. This is jumping up higher. Okay, so I'm going to try and build a position here. Get some skin in the game. Cancel those other orders. Leave these in here to see if we can get filled. Wary of 4 as potential support as the price moves into it, but still looking at this directional bias of it, you know, potentially moving lower. Taking out some of that position. We'll leave this in. Still got 4 quid. Fuck it. Let's just go for a full exit if possible here. £7.5 minutes till the off. 14 pounds to be matched before my money gets matched. Front of the queue now. Okay. Yeah, no idea whether that's going to bounce off of falls or break, but who the fuck cares? Already made a decision to exit. Let's wait for this to get. Why hasn't that got matched? Greened up between 23 to 25p profit, depending on what else comes in. But yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that result. On to the next one. Le prochain, mon ami. Qu'est-ce que fait ici? Qu'est-ce que passe ici? So, these immediately look inversely correlated. So this has come down, pulled back, come back down, hitting support like with double bottom. That's done the opposite. It's gone up, pulled back, and then gone up to attack these highs again. So these seem to be kind of flip-flopping between each other. So that's good in terms of reference point. 16 minutes to the off. So as this hits resistance, this is likely to hit support. See what other reference points I have here. Just under 6s. So the resistance point on this seems to be 5.8. So bounces off of this or breaks of this of interest. And I think it's 2.3, breaks of 2.3 or bounces off 2.3 are of interest. What have we got to settle? So it's just looking away from the screen. Probably not the best idea because of what happened last time. It's when all the action happened. 24p to settle. Okay. This is on a drift. Finding support at 10s. 15 minutes, 14 minutes. Just going to build in a position there. Keep an eye on that at the corner of my eye. So I just like the way this has been. Gentle drift, finding support, but I need it to come back into 10s really to give some value. So I've put something in there. But at the same time, this is where the main action is really. So, you know, if that gets filled, great, I'll concentrate on that. But if something happens that I can read here, then my attention will focus here, and I'll cancel those. So this is coming on to sixes. So a break of 6 would be interesting, as would a break of 2.3 there. This has been a bit sticky, so I'm going to cancel my decision on that. Okay. So I've built a position in at 6 here in that anticipation. I can see some further upward move. Slightly preemptive, but I felt that it had nipped through sixes, which was, you know, reasonable resistance. And although this hasn't shown exactly what I need to see in terms of downward movement, it was at least at support, or approaching support. But yeah, let's not just add too much conjecture. Let's trade what we see. So, into partial exit here. So got a partial exit, so got some green. It's a bit sticky. It's not really moving off. We'll lighten that. So let's see if I can get the fill on this. No. What's happening? I'm constantly thinking again, like, would this still work with bigger stakes? I reckon up to, 10 times this, 20 quid would be okay. But probably not 200. Or even 100. Maybe 50 quid tops would be what I'd be willing to, like, pump into this market with without too much hassle. Where am I in the queue? 51. Mm-hmm. 10-minute see off. My mouse is, I don't know if my battery in my mouse is dying or something, but keeps hesitating. So very near the, reasonable position in this queue. There we go, got matched. I'm just going to cancel that one, in fact. And before it moves too much higher, green up. Am I happy with that? Yeah, I mean, there's still potential in this. But, yeah, money is money. So, how long have I been yammering on for? Let's just see. Okay. So, so far, good strike rate today. No losses. Still got a few to settle as well. Just looking off screen at the moment. That's 24, 17. 40. It's about another 40p to settle. It's about 120 on the day. Way above my average for this time of day. So, alright, let's see what the next one's saying. This is 210 is the next one here. 36 grand, 17 minutes to the off. Favourite at 2s, flat, hitting support. Second favourite, looks like it could be on a gentle steam, coming in to support its current lows here with these previous previous high or low this was in this move, but it's coming into this to find support potentially. Third favourite, very choppy sideways, but coming into resistance of its previous highs. Let's just have a reorder just in case. This fourth favourite here is steamed in quite a lot. Currently at 10s, finding support. So what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? I mean, certainly this, well, funny enough, this as well, but this move here would favour this to short, but I wouldn't want to short this just now. It's just, I'd be selling into that that support, and I prefer to sell off of resistance. So if it had pulled back, that might be more viable. In terms of where it might pull back to, these previous lows give a good indication. I can't see what price level that is on the chart, but I guess it's between 4 and 4.5, so about 4.25. That's not even a number at these odds. So 4.6, I guess. So here. So yeah, all I'm doing is really just looking at previous price action to determine where it might interact in the future. I don't know if this is not updating. And I'm not sure what the chart's based on, whether it's based on the back or the lay price. I'm assuming it's the lay price, or of course it's a reverse book. Yeah, so it's on the okay, so it's based on the back price, but this is the market back price, which is the basis for the. That makes sense. So it's currently at 4.5. Yes. Okay, that is making sense now. So the price coming up to maybe 4.7 is this, in terms of the lay price that I'm seeing coming up to this level, could be resistance, and that would allow a potential entry. But yeah, that's way too early to kind of conjure up those ideas before it happens. Well, it's worth planning around. This one here. Going into that resistance, but possibly gearing up to break it at 8s. Or it could just be finding resistance off of it. 13 minutes, 40 grand matched. What you gonna do? again very much a waiting game, but at least today so far it seems to have paid off in terms of being very selective in terms of trades that I've done that have all panned out to make at least some profit. But yeah, I don't want to go flapping the gums because anything can happen in this. What? Anything can happen. 12 minutes see off. And it's important as well. I'm just constantly thinking to myself, okay, is my concentration still here? Am I still, focused on this? Because it's just those momentary lapses of concentration or boredom creeping in. You do something that just, unwinds all that previous work. But at the same time, you don't want to get in that mindset of, like that negativity getting in where you're just almost fearful to press the button. Just trading what you see and just making sure you're making sound decisions is what it's all about. And knowing when you're not, on got your A game on, just to stop. It's the hardest thing about this. There's no real coaches or, teachers just over your shoulder telling you to do this or don't do that. A lot of it has to be, or at least for me, it has to be self-taught. So it does look like it's persisting to make new lows. So I'm just going to put in a short position. Oh, what is going on with this mouse? Just going to put a short position at what I'm deeming as this resistance point. I'm just going to go to my tracker pad because that is pissing me off. Where the volume matched here, I'm assuming is going to be resistance. I can't read it directly off the chart. So I'm just trying to build a position there. Got to be careful. It looks like this might be creeping lower. Okay, so I've got a fill. Just spread out my exits. Oh, not that many. Not yet, anyway. Oh, what are you doing? Wait, preempting this. Pay attention. So what I was almost had exit orders that would have put me net long if they'd all got filled. I was preempting this one getting filled. So let's just wait for that. This is moving up. That could help this. Oh, what have you done? Oh, I'm a muppet. See, this is... Fuck. Got filled up. Alright, this... That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to split the take profit, but I'd done it on the wrong one. But c'est la vie. So I got one in at market, which I didn't want to do, but it's still kind of working out anyway. And on a touch on this last one, went into it but didn't get taken. Just going to move that up slightly. Got this other one that could get filled. Just have to be careful not to let any gains evaporate. So I'll take a tick on that if it lets me. Still signs of bearishness, at least on the chart there. Just wait for this last order to fill. If it does, there we go. And got some green. Happy with the way I read that, although there was a slight hiccup in terms of entry. Wasn't too much damage. That, ladies and gents, I think is a wrap. I'm gonna take my profits on the day on that and live to trade another day. I feel concentrate because it's been a bit of a slow burn today in terms of the actual races coming through, all the tradability of the races, and that can be frustrating, or boring, or you just lose concentration. So I have made green on a day. I'll just go over, just bring up, see what we've got left to settle, and factor that in as well. So start with a profit of 21p, profit of 9p, then 22p, 13p, 15p, 25p. Left to settle is about minimum of 15p and then a minimum of, what was that, 30p. So that would be it's about £1.50 in total. So yeah, I'm happy with that result today. And I will be back again tomorrow. Again, if you've managed to get this far, do feel free to like the video and subscribe either here on YouTube if you're watching this back, or also on Twitch. It's just Mr. Exchange Trader. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.